Hey guys, welcome to Chickadee Farm. My name is Karina and we are live today from my seed shed. I've never done a live stream before, so this should be interesting. Nobody here right now. If nobody comes, that's totally fine. So I just am going to be starting my next set of seeds for the season and thought I would bring you along if you wanted to come. So I have started some seeds already. They haven't gone so well. Talk about that in a minute. And I started some rhubarb up here. You guys can't see that yesterday actually. And we're going to add to this tray. And we are going to be starting. So I have all of my seeds for the hoop house in this box here because I'm starting them quite a bit earlier than I will be starting this. I'll be starting the same seeds again later that will go outside, but these are all going to get started now to go into the hoop house in early April. So we are going to be doing, I was supposed to do this February 1st. It is February 10th. It's fine. We're going to be doing some carnations, the E-T-I-N, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see that if it's upside down. Etincellent, carnations, and La France, which is the one that I did last year. We're going to start some feverfew, a couple kinds of baby's breath. One of them is just, you know, kind of your typical white. This is what I planted last year, loved it. And then I found Eden Brothers has a mixed, it's called mixed, and it's white and pink and like kind of purpley. So I think that will be so pretty. Very excited for those. And then I have 3 different status. I have apricot, forever happy, which I think is a pink, and secret blue, which is blue. And that's it. That's all we are starting today. My next set of seeds that I'm going to be starting, I believe, yes, I'm going to be starting all of my peppers and tomatoes next weekend, and then the stack that's in here. So this one's going to be a much bigger one, but today these are all we're doing. So I think what I'm going to start with is, this year I am making my own soil, my own potting mix, and you guys can't really see this. Let me see if we can tilt this down a little bit here. Nope, I can't. Anyway, this is my potting mix this year. Last year, I thought that it would be less expensive to purchase my potting mix, but it really didn't end up being the case. I was using Vermont compost, which is amazing and it's fantastic for starting seeds, but it's really expensive. And I feel like it's gotten even more expensive this year. I can't get it for less than $60 for a 40-liter bag, which is not very much. Like, that's maybe just over a cubic foot of soil. So I could use straight seed starting mix, which is pretty inexpensive, but that typically only has peat moss or coconut coir and some vermiculite or perlite in it, which means it has very little nutrient density, and you'd have to uppot your plants a lot sooner. So I have done this before, make my own soil. And, and the other option, of course, is also potting soil, which is, unfortunately tends to have a lot of bigger chunks in it, like sticks and bark and that kind of thing. And it's just not ideal for starting seeds in. So my soil mixture is very common. You see this, people use it all the time. It's going to be coconut coir, which I just get on Amazon. It comes in bricks like this and then turns into this stuff here. Equal parts of coconut coir, vermiculite, and what's the other thing? Compost. Actually, I don't do quite equal parts of the vermiculite. It's but equal parts of the coconut coir and the compost. So it's got some nice nutrients in it. The vermiculite will help with water retention, and the coconut coir is just keeps it nice and light and fluffy. So it's great for seed starting and for up potting. It's great for all your needs. That is what we are going to be using. The fun thing I'm going to be doing this year, though, is I finally got, it's very dirty now, what is this called? Soil blocker. Jeez. A soil blocker. And it has 5 little holes. They're a little bit smaller than I had anticipated, but I think they're pretty close to the size that I use. Let me grab one of these guys here. Maybe not quite as deep. Yeah, no, they're quite a bit smaller, but that's okay. I'll just have to up pot a little sooner. That's fine. But it's just so much easier to use, I think. And there is a bit of a learning curve because you have to have your soil be pretty wet to make the soil blocks. Clearly, I've already been experimenting with this. So I think I have got it fairly good. I'm just going to move some soil into this guy. Let's start with that for right now. We are still having very cold temperatures here. I think this morning when we got up, it was 8 degrees. 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So pretty cold. And this is heated, obviously, this seed shed, but the water gets really cold. So I stuck this right in front of the heater last night. So it's actually warm, which is kind of crazy. But we just want to get this all nice and wet. Since we're not planting very many, we don't need to actually do all that many. Let me do a couple more handfuls though. The one thing about this kind of soil though is that the compost is very sticky, so it sticks to everything. Because normally I don't use gloves, but for mixing this, once it gets wet, it is pretty goopy. And what I've seen is that you want it to be able to squeeze water out of it for doing soil blocking. All right, let's scooch this back. Take this off now. And we will be putting them in here. And you just kind of pack it in to these little blocks as best you can. This is the part that I'm still getting used to. But you can kind of see in the top here that the soil's kind of coming out of this. This does come with little things that will put a dimple in your soil, but I don't use that. And just like that, I've got a lovely little row. And then once I have 5 rows this way, I'll do another row of 5 right here. don't remember how many of each thing I am planting, so let's look at that up really quick. All right. Basically, 5 of each of the things. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 will do me. I might have gotten this a little too wet. So my other seeds that I have planted so far, I did eucalyptus and lavender and lisianthus and some geraniums, which was great. And my geraniums were all coming up and they were amazing. Hi, Gwen. So I was thrilled. I had little green plants and I came in the other day and they were all gone because the mice ate them. I hate the mice. So I tomorrow am going to go get a cat. I am. Cat is going to live in here and hopefully take care of this problem once and for all. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more. I think some of my lavender had not yet come up, so I might still get a few lavender plants, but yeah. And then a lot of the eucalyptus had not come up, and my lisianthus hadn't come up yet at all. So hopefully I will get the cat here in time to take care of that before they come up. And then my other seed, not so great thing, we'll see how it goes. I did some winter sowing and I used little strawberry containers, little plastic containers that strawberries come in. And I think they're just not big enough. And we had 2 really big windstorms right after I planted them. And they blew all over the place and the soil went everywhere. And so probably most of the seeds went everywhere too. But I put them back up and we'll see. All right, move this guy out of the way. So let's start with our carnations. And we are going to write labels first for everything. Like I said, the La France carnations that I did last year were amazing. They smelled so good. And they actually were, I had pink and white and dark pink. It was super cool. And then so I'm excited to have those again. And I'm excited to try these, however they're pronounced ones. Feverfew. Baby's breath. I should have done this before I started. That's okay. And status. Last year, I didn't get my status seeds until really late, and I wasn't able to find any blue. Everybody was out of the blue, which is kind of the most common color that like you see in bouquets and stuff. And I really wanted one, but this year I was on top of it. This blue, Forever Happy. I think it's pink. All right, label's done. Start with carnations. These guys, it doesn't actually say how deep to plant them. Oh, 1/8 inch. Can't open the bag. And these seeds are actually fairly decent sized. Probably should have put the little knobby things in here that make these holes for me. That one didn't turn out very well. It is an absolutely gorgeous day today. I'm going to try and put 2 seeds in each one, or maybe 3 or 4. My fingers are wet. I did reorder the all of the things that I winter sowed, just because I really want them, because it was cranberries and my elderberries and a couple of the herbs that I'm growing for my friend. They all need cold stratification, which is why I was like, oh, I'll just winter sow them, because that way they get their cold period that they need without them sitting in my refrigerator for 2 months. So I'm going to try again, but I used all of the seeds for most of them. So I have to wait till they get here. Oops. And like I said, these are all going in my hoop house, which is why I'm starting them so early, because I should be able to plant in my hoop house by the beginning of April, which I'm super excited for. And what I really want, if I did a video on my garden plan, so I go into it in a little more detail, but I really want to be able to have bouquets that I can pick by, June instead of the end of July like it was last year. All right, where are we? Let's do our baby's breath. These, also an 1/8 inch. I need to put my label in. Okay. I'm really interested to see how these soil blocks do. Everybody that I've seen that does them really loves them, so hopefully I do too. That is the white. Yes, another cat, Quinn. We're getting another cat, but it's going to stay outside. It will not be joining our grumpy old men inside. That would just cause all kinds of drama. And we already have enough cat drama. Our oldest cat, Charlie, is 18 or 19. I think he'll be 19 this year. We don't really know his exact age. He was a rescue. And he has stopped using the litter box. At least he is still using a pee pad. So he's not just going wherever he wants, but it's super annoying. Oops. All right. What are these? What am I doing? Oh, these are the other baby breath. I loved these so much, the white ones last year. They're just these perfectly ethereal, gorgeous things. So I think it'll be so cool to have ones that are colored too. All right, baby's breath mixed. Cover those up. All right, feverfew. My feverfew should come back. It is perennial here to zone 5 or a zone 5B. So I had just one plant, but it did really, really well. So hopefully it does come back. How deep are these supposed to go? Surface sow. All right. So that means these guys need light to germinate. Oh, they are teeny tiny and very light. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that on, yeah, you can't even hardly see them. They're like little white, they kind of look like chamomile seeds actually. Which makes sense because feverfew looks a lot like chamomile. It's just much better as a cut flower. All right, feverfew. I'm gonna have to remember that the one in the back is what it is. All right, and then I'm just going to do a couple each of the status, and it needs, why does it not say? 1/4 inch deep. By the way, I am once again planting way more than I actually need of all of these things. I think I only have space in the greenhouse for like 2 of each of these. I'll never learn. All right. Which is why I am only going to plant 2 of each of the status. So that was apricot. And blue. I will be starting more of these that will go out in the garden as well. Everything but the eucalyptus will have a second starting. It's just way too early to start most of the stuff that will go outside right now. Oh, that was blue. Because we still have a lot of winter to get through here in Southeast Idaho. All right. And that is that. they're happy. All right, I am going to sprinkle these all with vermiculite, and this just helps to retain some moisture, and it also helps with damping off, which is I think it's a fungal thing where literally your little seedling has just keeled over and it looks like the stem has rotted down at the very base. Not sure exactly what causes that, but this helps prevent it. All right, I need a humidity dome. And we're all done. This is the other nice thing about doing soil blocks is my, these guys stick up too far in these trays and I can't put a humidity dome on it that fits tightly, which I think would also help with the mouse problem. Anyway, I have my shelves set up behind you guys with the lights. I actually have all of my lights set there. That shelf is not done at all yet, but I have plenty of space on this one to put these guys for now. I do have them on heat mats. Like I said, we are getting down into the single digits and we're supposed to go into the negatives again early mid this week, something like that, -4. So it does get chilly even with a heater in here, so it's good to just have it on the heat mat. Plus they'll germinate quicker. So anyway, you guys, that was it. That's all I really was gonna do. I will say that so like I said, I do have a garden plan video out, and you'll see there that I use a digital garden planner, which I love, but it's kind of hard to use out here. So what I have done is I just have this planner guide, and it has when I am starting everything, and I'm going to try and also write down when things germinate, when I up pot things. It's also going to tell me when I need to move things out into the garden, start hearting off, all of that kind of thing. So I'm excited to have that this year. I have not done that in the past, and I also, once I start planning out in my garden, I forget where I wanted to plant things. So then it doesn't bear any resemblance to the plan that's on the computer. All right. Well, thanks you guys. It looks like there actually is a few people that came. I'm so thrilled that you came and joined me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.